Hi and welcome everybody. Happy New Year. Hope everything started well. Today what we're going to do is we're going to talk through a few tips for beginners on building your city. So tip 1, space and location. Now obviously if you're lucky enough to have a large space such as a garage or a stable or something, then that's fine. However, for those people that don't have that much space, we've got to consider where we're going to put our city. So do you have a little shelf in your bedroom, a stack of shelves on top of each other on the wall, or just on the side in a bedroom, for example? Or are you going to have to use like a kitchen table? So this is your first tip. When thinking about building a city, think about where are we actually going to build it. So otherwise, we're going to run into problems. We want to expand. My advice would be start off small. If you've got somewhere in your house, just a little table to start with, you can start like that. And then if you know where to put it, you can expand there. If not, you can always use different shelves in a bedroom on stacking up on the wall and do it that way and have a line of modulars or buildings on there. Tip 2 is funding. So before you even start thinking about your city, think about funding. How much of a budget could you allocate to this hobby? Simply because Lego becomes expensive if you want to start doing. So for example, this modular here, the police building, right, retailed about £159.99. However, it's just retired. So therefore, it's going to be pushing up in price. And these could range from like £159.99 all the way up to £250 for the new Natural History Museum, and up to £750, perhaps even more, for the greengrocers or marketplace from years ago. So if you're wanting to build a city on a budget, these probably aren't going to be for you. So if you can allocate a very little to your city, there's no reason why you can't start with something like this, a little 3-in-1 creator set. Right, you can pick them up either at Lego or online in the sales, or alternatively you can have a look on Marketplace and stuff like that for looking for cheap Lego sets. So when you've allocated your budget, you know what you're going to have to work with. Can you give that allocation monthly, or are you going to do it weekly? So plan ahead, because there's no point getting too involved, right? Because Lego cities do cost quite a lot of money if you're going on large scale. You can do it with a budget, and I will be talking about how to do that within a budget in another video. So once you've set your budget, you need to move on to our next bit, which is tip 3, resources. So if you've got a small budget, right, you've obviously probably got some Lego lying around the house. So my advice would be utilize that Lego, build it into different buildings, right? You can create mocks yourself. You don't have to go down the route of modulars like this one here, right? Or even creator sets. So if you've not got a big budget to start with, have a look around the house. Doesn't matter, it's your city. You can design your city how you like, right? For those people with a bit more of a budget, then maybe you can afford something like this to start with, get a few modulars and put it around a few road plates and stuff. Tip 4, obtaining bricks. So you might have used all your bricks up around the house, and where can we get any others? So what you could do is go on Facebook Marketplace and obtain some bulk from your local area, right? I got all this on Facebook Marketplace. It's easily obtained. Right, you could pay £4 to £5 per kilogram for just normal bulk. If it's sorted, maybe 5 to 6 into colours, and maybe 7 to 8 if it's got some figures in. And more sought after figures, you're going to be paying a bit more than that per kilogram. So not only can you get the stuff from Facebook Marketplace, you could also try Bricklink. Go on their website. It's owned by Lego, and it has numerous sellers. Make sure you're getting stuff from your own country, because then it'll reduce the delivery costs. Right, and have a search on Bricklink for what you like, and I would use used stuff off there if you've got a budget and you're on a budget. Right, it will help. It'll keep the costs down, and try to get them from the same seller, and then that'll again reduce your delivery costs. If you can't get them from there, another place you could get them from is like in my Pick a Brick video. Go to a Lego store, pay £15 and fill your box up to the maximum, and that will help there. Or alternatively, sometimes if you go onto the Lego Pick a Brick wall online, they will actually be cheaper than places on Bricklink for certain specialist parts. So for example, if you need some tiles to do your roads and causeways in the city. Tip 5, think about what type of city you're going to build. Is it going to have a railway? Is it going to have some roads around it? Generally, most cities do have roads and railways around it. So you've got to think about that within your planning. Is it all going to fit in my area where I'm starting? Or am I going to just like have a long straight street with some modulars on a shelf, for example? If you've got a bit more space, you could create like a square, maybe a park area. Alternatively, you could have a beach area on the seafront, and maybe a forest area further out. Train tracks take up quite a bit of space if you're purchasing like the passenger train or something, and you can get extensions to that if you've got a bit more room. So overall, that's just a few basic tips that I've come up with to think about before you start your city. In future videos, I'm going to show you how to start a city actually on a budget and where we can actually get stuff from. So for example, this here, I paid 20 quid for this. It's perfect for a budget city. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you on my next video. And thank you to everybody who's viewed so far and the subscribers. See you later.